I know, yeah, too fair. The bar was set pretty high. We'll see. I mean, the map pool definitely caught our attention. We'll talk about that in a moment's time. So we're live into this. Envy on the attacking side and Sentinels on the defensive side. And these two know each other so well. And hello, Victor. What a start.
Again, talking about how they know each other well. Actually going to find Sick, who is always a power player for Sentinels here on Haven. Remove that straight away. And just as he's about to aggress out of double doors. Now, look towards Tens, who's already got himself tucked up actually at the top of sewer ramp. Does he get cleared? You can see it getting pinged here already. It's going to be fine. We will find one, but the quick trade comes through from Victor and A site. Should be. Actually, Shazam going to stay and fight here.
Yeah, you talk about checklists though. Sick on this map and Tens in general. They've done very well in this. Now he's have to wait and see how has FNS got here. And he's actually pulled the trigger on the first. I thought he might have waited to see if he could clear it a little deeper. He took what was in front of him. Now that Shaz gone, but Dapper's still around, living in the sewers down below. Calls for some support. Zoms made it there in time. Now they try and play towards the spike, trying to be planted. Big denial from Zoms. What a way to do it, but yay! Can't stand for much longer. Zoms with a huge clutch to come in with at the start.
Actually, we'll find the last jumping frenzy from behind default there. Again, great recovery. I'm kind of with you there. Pulled the trigger on the first, but FNS had plenty of time to find something. Victor and Marv. Yeah. Okay then. That's how we start things off.
There we go, right back into it.
I thought for a second it was a jumping classic. No, it was a jumping frenzy.
No. If it couldn't get worse, it will be a frenzy. Ooh. Now that's... Ooh, we're in casting hard mode. Let's go. Tens, let's see what you're up to this time. Again, I feel like Envy are trying to isolate the two real pivotal swing factors that can happen in this. And already we saw that in the first, but clutches happen. But it's not a buy without a bit of bite coming out for Envy as well. Yay still looking right on it. We've seen him with that Marshall already. Sick, flash in hand, ready. Dapper blind. Could not see for a second. So they do take a little bit of B control. Spike could be ferried towards the site. No, it can't actually. A little bit of utility. Going to deny that. FNS again.
Yeah, we'll respond here. And Sentinels down to 3. Man advantage in favor of Envy. The Spike will make its way over towards C site. Again, look at FNS. Look at his position. It's going to look very deep within spawn. And actually, Ten's very quick on the flank here on C long. But with this positioning, Envy have got to be considering that. See here is actually, yeah, FNS will find Shazam as he tries to hard clear spawn. There's 2 members left, Sick and Tens to try and recover this for Sentinels. I think actually, yeah, Sick did note one, but the flash is going to be perfect as well. Tens tagged up now, very low HP, and only a judge in hand. Envy will flip this one right back with a thrifty round victory. Again, very well structured there. Again, as soon as they find that opening, FNS gets himself into a real power position. Able to lurk behind that execute.
And twice now, I feel like FNS has put himself in that prime position. He has been so well situated for this. I'm absolutely loving him seeing, I said, that familiarity with the opposition. He knows how to maybe press the buttons to get in their heads, to find that little bit of wiggle room. Even if it's a 1-for-1, sometimes that impact is so huge. Now, Sentinels will have to sit back now. They're on to what? Classics? Okay, a little upgrade for Dapper, but that's about it. Excuse me, Tens as well. Gonna treat himself to a little something nice, but yay, that's a nice little confidence builder. This shouldn't be a hard round. This should be clean, and we say it every time. Keep numbers, keep the weapons, and build yourself ready for that bonus.
Envy now will stay a little longer, but again, with Crashies positioned over towards A lobby, they know actually that this rotation has probably come through. That's why we're seeing Envy now lean back towards spawn, at least considering rotating towards A. But they're all freeze for a moment here. Again, actually, FNS forced out of Cubby, and that will be one drawn here, and that will be the green light for Envy to head over towards A. So it'll be completely open. Again, Sentinels can retrieve FNS's weapon, but other than that, look at it again, the recon bolt available, some utility on the side of Zoms. Actually, I don't even think they've retrieved it, so just be the 2 sheriffs on the way back in here.
Maybe not enough to really pull their attention. They just want to try and get to work. But that damage, 6 is already basically a one-shot. Shaz ain't far off it. Very tricky, and the post plants are solid. Not going to have a player in towards Graffiti. Happy enough where they are.
I want to play range here, I think. They don't even want to run the risk of...
No, you don't want a jumping right click or any of that nonsense.
A jumping frenzy?
Frenzies, why not? I mean, it all can work. Yeah, Yeah, just trying to maybe play for a couple of exits, see if they can get a little punish. If not, get ready for the next.
It'll be pretty late actually. Come through, they're going to give away some ult progression here. As I say that, Shazam will actually find Crashies. But again, here's the point. 3 will survive, and that's the big win here for Envy. Both will opt to fall to the spike.
And look, I'm going to play the silly game. For those who maybe don't play that much, they're not too aware, why would you see players do that? Because, you know, there's always going to be some Papega giving it the old kick W.
It's usually me.
Of course, big question mark.
But again, it's to make sure here, with nothing invested on the side of Sentinels, they want to make sure they can reset and actually come back into this with as much of a purchase as possible. But I am seeing a Spectre on the side of Dapper. So actually on the back of that Sheriff investment in the previous, I can see him juggling utility back and forth to see if actually get it going. But maybe tuck himself in a corner, play very close contact actually on recon bolt duty there initially if the execute did come through.
It's a lot of pressure towards clearing tens away from that sewer position that he does like to dabble with. We saw it in the first couple of rounds. It seems always considered from Envy, and again, these two will be hyper aware of each other. Envy have had a couple of victories over Sentinels. Not the most recent affairs. That has once again swung back towards Sentinels, picking up those wins. So again, a little bit of a back and forth, but Envy, they keep catching my eye. I keep looking and going, there's a chance they could actually do some damage here. Out of most of the teams, as said, extremely familiar, makes a big difference, makes almost that derby between the two, changing how maybe our expectations play out, but patience being shown this time.
So it's still 2 members of Sentinels committed firmly here. The Seekers will be invested, and again, with everything coming towards A side, gives us a really good indicator of the setup on the side of Sentinels. Tens will struggle with the first, and Ye will find it.
I guess Shaz gets to keep his life, but they seem very aware of his position. And crossing away is tricky.
As well.
Yeah, there's the cross that's the problem. Ye had that man marked the entire time, so whether it be just for that first pick, but they actually got the gifter as well afterwards just because of that positioning, they'll take it every day of the week. Now they play for the safety of this. They go back towards C, it looks like.
Dapper's utility still here, a trap wire and the spy cam. But again, immediately dealt with. Zom's actually not able to do any damage on the cross just yet. The turret will go down. And actually, FNS planning in the open, but... And Crashies and Marved in position to make sure.
Sick. Hold on.
I guess make sure, right?
Yeah,
Still
we're
a flash
really
to work
make
with.
Sure. Sick is one of those players, as said, if the momentum hits, gets that hot hand, he'll run with it. Not this round, though. He'll probably peel off and have to just kind of accept the fate of this round. But Envy thus far seem to be really making Sentinels uncomfortable in their more traditional positions.
So, and actually nobody forcing, at least I guess pushing towards removing this weapon from Sick. And again, he's going to force the armor repurchase anyway. We talked about he's got 1 flash left, so will require some investment back. But in terms of this next round where Sentinels don't necessarily have an awful lot to work with, Sick's the one that, again, usually he can dip in and out. He can find 1 kill, at least, you know, get a good read on at least any early round progression on the side of Envy. Again, look towards Garage. Double doors will potentially actually, I can see somebody set up around sewers once again. Again, this second kill, I love this. Immediately the response is to pull away, because there's that first wave of rotations. The second one almost, you know, reaffirmed actually with that second kill onto Shazam. We'll see here, actually, yeah, will be just that. You can see Sick's going to come across with this rifle, and he will actually try and, I guess, give Tens and Shazam a little backup here. Again, they've been sending out feelers, but no real push as of yet. We'll secure the orb, and Sick will go walkabouts.
Yeah, I quite like the idea of putting Sick over here because there has been so much attention to dealing with, you know, Shaz and Tens early on to force them deeper in towards the site. But it looks like a little bit of a different approach this time for Envy anyway. They're going to be kind of exploring a little towards middle. You do have 2 players. Shaz has actually leant over this side, so he's playing that connector. Sick goes for the info, but there's a lot of players over there, so depending on Tens to buy a bit of time for that fallback.
Again, presence shown, it will force Envy back a little bit.
Spotted the rifle.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one thing that note actually that they think, well, potentially there's a little bit of backup or a support system in place for Sick to get that into this round. Now, actually on the back of that, I mean, Sentinels with a great read here.
Yep.
Rifle noted, and you can see the utility now being invested towards C site. And straight away, and we're going to dash on through.
Shaz still has the ult, and Zom's just caught off FNS. And you saw that FNS was holding that garage kind of push out, maybe tried to get a little bit of alert going on. We've seen him try it, but now there's problems further afield. This is starting to look a little dangerous. Look at the HP. Crashy's 44, Victor left. 10. Spike yet to be planted. Ye is the only healthy one trying to make himself be the instigator. Shazam out of nowhere is going to find two of them. Sentinels turning it on a dime.
A little lackluster there on the side of Envy. Again, a really, really good read of the situation from Sentinels. They show presence again just to force Envy away from A lobby. And
you take them.
They line up, and again, I think Envy actually made the right decision in that point, going for the spike plant. They know how many players on Sentinels are already close up by spawn. That pressure's building in Garage. They need to kind of counterbalance one of those, and the push into Garage is always very awkward. But problem is, they line up for Shazam, so the economy will be reset. But Ye got an operator on the line here. Blade Storm as well, lockdown available. Crashes one off the Hunter's Fury, and again, Envy will stall a little outside A lobby.
It just feels like it's on their protocol checklist. Find a way to make some presence noted. Try and keep him in check. Tenth that time, so sharp with it. Yes, tagged up. Yes, revealed, but still going to punish Victor for this. Now, while this happened, Envy were exploring other avenues. You have FNS looking towards that B side, pressure through Garage, building off the back of Ye. But Sentinels look a little unfazed so far, sitting obviously deeper towards the side. Sure, having to respect the ult, but not feeling too dissuaded yet.
Zom's actually tucked into backside here. I'm going to try and play one side or the other, and actually will find FNS creeping through. Ye, though, also posts up. We'll find Dapper and we'll double dip. Zoms will fall from the Blade Storm.
And look at that, the slow flow. Ooh, Ye, get out of there. But Shaz is being closed in on as we speak, but Tens is doing the same thing. There are so many flanks on a flank. Crashies is just living over here for now. The spike is so far back. Yeah, would have to go back to get it. Oh, he's made an absolute meal of it. Predicts sick. He still knows that Tens is here, so he's drawing so much attention. Shaz is still thinking, something else is going on. I don't like this just yet. Crashies, what you do? Oh, that's what you do! You turn around and you snap to him. Crashies, what a moment for him, and maybe a clutch. But yay! Give Shaz a shot!
No
Crashies! So clutch from that man!
How the hell he tucks himself into hell with Tens pushing on forwards there, but again, somehow made it work in the end. And Tens does pretty well to stay alive for this long. But the readjustment there from Crash is perfect. Yay, opening things up. Again, this anticipation of Sick coming through here. It's beautiful. Great response there. And Crash is making that position work. Again, you can think, yeah, how's he got there? How has that happened? Do we see actually Sentinels make any adjustment on that A site hold now? Especially when they find pressure elsewhere on the map.
Plenty of ults coming out as well. So Crashy's trying to maybe support en route, try and create that space, allow a little less pressure on the site itself. And saying that, there actually isn't much. Look at the purchase though, 3 rifles. Shaz, Sick, and Zoms. With rifles in hand, the rest a Frenzy and a Classic, but Tens does have his ult, so that will at least equal out. But Spike is down and time is ticking. Sick flashed up. Time's being bought here. Utility poured towards Garage. The retake's taken some time, and FNS finds Sick on his ult, but it's Dapper to fall. Now the problems start to begin here. They need to find this quick kill, and they do off the back of Sick and Tens. There's no one better in these moments. Tens is being the game-changing difference right now. As Crashies, he was clutch before. He ain't doing it again.
Way.
That's a Tens round. That's the man that makes the difference.
4 kills on the back of the Blade Storm when actually the running back from Sick doesn't even get out of connector. No pressure built on the back of that, but the response immediately there. They follow up. Tens finds an opening. He actually misses the first few, but look at this here. It's just one after another. Jeez. Oh!
Oh, shot. Tyson. He's so chill, man.
Nice, Tyson.
Nice.
That's it. Nice.
And this is, I think this is always the thing when you talk about Sentinels. They do just have Tens in their back pocket as arguably the best player in the game, right? It's like he'll give you a couple of those rounds. It ain't a surprise if he's going to bail you out with a few, right? Like, that's the beauty. That's the next layer to Sentinels that is so hard to handle. They have the perfect structure, sure, and they play a great game tactically. It is a team effort. But he's a little extra layer sometimes that can just bail you out. Now, have to look at the purchase coming back in from Envy here. Far from perfect.
Sick actually posted pretty deep outside the garage window as well. And on the back of that, actually, it's going to be Victor leading the charge. The trade comes through. Actually, 2 come through. Yay and Crashes will find kills. 6, though. Still in a position to do damage, but Crashes again holds the line. 2 members remain. Shazam and Dapper try and recover this.
Oh, the divide goes up too, so going to make it trickier. Let's play back in. Ult now popped coming in as well. Going to just scatter them, but Yay puts himself face forward, and Shaz just got Crashes. It's Marved against Shazam. And Marved has that wall in place. The step, he's trying to just bait him into this. There it is, Marved keeps control. And Envy starting to put in some work here.
Again, in terms of the economy, though, it comes down to 1 player surviving, and in that you can see frenzies, an upgraded pistol here and there. Envy will pull that one through.
Should I play some stars in this reality?
Actually, on the other side of the coin now, yeah, you can see it's a purchase, an operator, 2 SMGs, and rifles, but light armor on a couple of players, and again, you've got to question the utility behind this as well. No ultimates available for Sentinels either. See, and actually, Sick this time going to readjust. He's going to be holding towards C Long here. They will be noted actually on the back of the Molly thrown as well. And the Owl drone to confirm that. Only 1 noted. There's 3 players to account for, and actually Tens is going to find that first. FNS will trade it though.
I thought he was on for the second, but you're right. FNS now putting himself in the sight. He's been trying to find those lurks, trying to slice through them like a hot knife through butter, but this time he's with the boys. The lockdown comes in. Shaz, you got to make your mind up, make your move, and he does. That's good towards Crash. He still has to commit. Can't get past FNS. This is his round. Dapper has to peel away. And the 1v2. What you got for us, Dapper? 61 HP. Expecting a lurk, it's not there. It's FNS on the site, and it's Marved on long. And you can still hear it. The utility now put into place. Dapper knows his chances are getting tougher and tougher. Spots 1. Can he get us halfway? That's the question. He's just going to tap for now. Pulls himself away. Checking. No one's close. Now, one of the biggest enemies will be that time. And Envy is playing it perfectly. Keeping track, putting down everything. Old Tommy's been taken care of. But FNS will put his body on the line. Put his body on the line. Marv's there for the trade in the end.
Envy will pull ahead now. 3 rounds separate them. See if Sentinels can make a response here, because that purchase again, it indicates potential here where things can get a little awkward, but FNS leading the charge here, actually the response initially from that hold. Dapper, just 1 more. You can see here it's just Sheriffs. On the side of Sentinels, again, no Blade Storm to rely on in a round like this. Seeker's available for Victor if they decide to invest it. Again, looking like Envy might actually just try and hold a little deeper here, anticipating Sick to maybe try and get something going for Sentinels. The B site wide open this time around, and
I've got your trail.
Seekers will get sent out. Again, we'll note at least 2 members of Sentinels, or confirmation of exact positioning, but actually Ye's able to slip behind the 3rd here. Envy have a really, really good idea of exactly where Sentinels are set up here. And look at this, straight away. The spike cam on A long, but they know that A site's pretty much open here.
And FNS, that lurk again is going to be a nuisance to handle. There it is, instantly strikes, catches off Zombs, and Yay didn't maybe expect Tens to be there. You saw the timing a bit awkward, but the rifle still outdoes. And none of these Sheriffs finding the purchase they wanted here. FNS, this guy is going to be under their skin at this point. And Sick left in a 1v4. Doing even damage here would be impressive. The flash might work quite well, but it doesn't. Crashies all too hyper aware of that. And Hypok, this is a big lead now.
It is, yeah. And again, a chance here for Sentinel to purchase back into this. But again, they lose this one. It's 8-3, and I think actually they're forced to make an awkward decision on the next. Yes, they'll probably be able to afford light armors and the rifles, but it won't be a full purchase. Operator invested here for 10, so hopefully we can get some good progress in this round at least. But Envy now really found a rhythm. They're going to pop the Blade Storm immediately here. The flash through, actually a lot of damage eaten up inside that smoke. 26 HP here.
How does he still do? I mean, I guess a knife's a knife at that point, right? You can still works. You don't need that, I guess, longevity at that point, but still, enough to make him fall back, get a little bit of a heal up, take a second, get himself back, ready to go. Maybe looking for those options, seeing if maybe someone had decided to lean away, but no, TenZ this time with the op, so a little bit of a different look here for him, sitting towards that B site. Sick has been somewhat tamed here. You can see constant attention put towards him.
It's really with what FNS has been able to achieve so far. You look towards Dapper, you look towards Sick to really shut down that position that FNS is able to find. And look at this now.
He's so good
Gonna
at
tuck himself in Garage. I feel as if they're going to end A here, and he's going to be in the same spot once again, Lauren.
This guy, I mean, FNS, big brain player. And he is right under their skin, getting on their nerves. It's a nuisance. They have to respect it. Okay, well, you're going to flash back in, maybe take that space.
This is interesting, though, yeah. They come back through here. FNS is he the one to actually find an entry, or at least know to play it, because nothing garnered as of yet.
Okay, Zombs, he knows he's under pressure. And this will draw over Sick, who's going to try and make something happen, but it's Crashies to do it. Sick, though, he's threaded the needle. Victor and Marv get punished. 13 seconds now. Where's that spike? Is it en route? It's just about crossing now. They've done enough to get them on the side, but they need a quick plant and nothing to stop it. And there is nothing. It's down to Shazam and Dapper on the play back through. A bit of chip damage towards Ye. He's still standing. 43 HP, but it's on towards Logs. FNS, man. The post plants and this guy, you're right, he's in such a good position.
And again, he's the one to kind of find first contact, but also Ye actually closes the distance. Sick finds 2 kills, and actually the best possible scenario there is, yeah, okay, please, somebody kill me, get me out of my ult, right? I can reset back to spawn, regroup with my team, but no. And this is beautiful again. This is what we see Sick do every single time on this Phoenix.
That is why you have to mark that man.
Yes, absolutely.
It comes with a massive degree of respect. He's such an impactful player.
Well, you know as well, it's taming the beast, right? He can be the single power player for Sentinels in a lot of rounds, especially on Haven. Okay, well.
El Diablo's in the building, folks. Takes TenZ out, and that's opened up B massively.
And what I was talking about in the previous, look at the purchase here. Again, 3 SMGs, a rifle in the hands of Sick. But again, with the way the last few rounds have got, Shazam playing with fire here. Crashies will post up, and again, Sick actually trying to.
He's trying so hard.
Yeah, Marv just posted though.
But you can see it. Sick, time and time again, is trying to find that space. He's been denied, pushed around, kept tamed. TenZ has had very little impact as well, which is a very rare sentence. Yes, he had that one big pop-off round, one of the 3 that actually Sentinels maintain. And while this happens, look at it, space then instantly just smothered across by Envy. The last 2, you know, it's Dapper and Shaz, and well, they ain't on C, so yeah, he gets a little tag in the back, so he knows there's a bit of a problem beginning towards middle, but there is one on the B side. That's Shazam. You know he's not going to back down from this.
Well, Hunter's Fury available as well. There you go. It will be posted. Maybe just as a fact finder, but Marv will find Dapper elsewhere. And again, this looking like a very, very tough retake here for Shazam. The Owl Drone going to come through. Victor going to flash on the back of it, but Ye just swings ahead of it. Envy will close 9-3 on the half, Lauren, in a dominant performance.
I am taken aback. FNS leading by example in my mind here. This guy's coming in with so much experience, and it may be the curse scoreline, but Envy are looking formidable in how they're approaching the Sentinels. Need to find that next layer. They need to find that next gear right now, because Envy have come into this like they've got Sentinels playbook just open on the perfect page. Well, that's enough from our expectations, our thoughts. What about the desk? How are you guys feeling out there? This one's wild. Yeah, let's not waste any time here. 9-3, I just want to see how this ends at this point. Does Sentinels find that way back in? Can they find a way to activate some of their key components here, Hypoc? Or does Envy have more of a plan in mind? Because they have come into this and had everything they needed.
The real test here is, again, FNS has its finger firmly on the pulse in terms of what Sentinels have been doing. Again, you can talk about this, the first time we've seen Envy here, at least on Haven in Berlin, but looking like they have a really, really good read. Now, Sentinels almost need to, I guess, slip into maybe a little more unorthodox. Maybe just break that trend slightly, or see actually if that's a factor at all for FNS on the defensive half. A very slow start here. Nothing really achieved on either side. Again, other than really Crashies posted himself all the way on sandbags on A long. Looks like Sentinel's going to try and burst through Garage here, so Victor will be called upon.
But also, look how many players are leaning this way.
Yeah.
You have one player pushed up deep on A, on long, maybe get audio cues, whatever they need. Everyone else has this almost C lean. So when Victor gets contact, it's perfect. Oh, look at that shot, Victor! You're wild. That's perfect beginning. 2 big frags. Good trade for Dapper before that spiraled out of control. But the problem is, the rest of Envy are here as well. Yay at the back of platform, just going to be sat there, pushes forward on it. FNS,
Beautiful.
He's got his back. This is incredible work from Envy. I don't know what to make of this. I feel like they're playing, but just knowing exactly where Sentinels are going to go.
They really do.
And no one's broken double digits from Sentinels. When have you ever seen this?
It's completely unheard of, actually. And Victor with the first. I mean, the only reason he doesn't find the last kill, you got to argue, is because he runs out of ammo. But straight away, as soon as that happens, you can see it. Just everybody from Envy leaning that direction to, again, greet that execution before it even gets started. There's no pressure at all that comes onto site.
Just give me that picture of FNS. All good. Just
all good.
All good. Because this just puts so much faith in every call that gets made, every consideration you come up with, if you're hitting every single one of these factors. And again, I can't tell you a time when Sentinels looked flat, because I have been such a fan of how they've played. I think everyone has been. It's been beautiful. They have truly grasped this game and ran with it. And they even said, look, we're not that worried about having the target on our back. That's not pretty. Because everyone has to catch up to us.
Correct.
The pressure's on them, not us. And it's a great mentality to bring into it. But now, we're actually seeing teams do it.
Well, actually, how often do we see Sentinels really under pressure? Where's that kind of depth in terms of having to build back in? Again, now they're in a position where they have to innovate. They have to overcome Envy's total map control. Again here, look, force back, 45 seconds on the clock. Now Sentinels have to re-explore a completely different site altogether, and that's just going to be Marv here that's going to be feeling the pressure. FNS here though, the gravity well will slow things down. Tens tries to force his way through. Damage done through actually, but they will find it. We'll find the second as well.
Great work from Sentinels and a good read. Finally, they're not walking into the stack, they're just walking into a few. And Dapper crouching in, didn't quite get what he wanted. It is a 3v3, and we do know that the weaponry, the HP is weaker. It's still limited. Yay and Victor working back through. Yay's a couple of seconds off from finding the positioning he needs. And you're right, it is going to be a huge factor here. A couple of these bullets going astray. Six going to need something. He's got himself a little weapon. Not going to get to use it. Victor on the play back through. It's 11. This game feels like it's barely started.
I mean, Sentinels are one buy round away from losing the first map effectively. Again, look at the progress. 10's not close to the Blade Storm either, so you look another round in the future potentially. He's got to find it here. If they lose, this is completely unprecedented. Envy, they just have such a good response to everything that Sentinels are doing. Right there, again, anticipating this pushback through. FNS in a position to at least contest this through, and it's all the damage done early on. Actually, both Sick and Shazam by the end of that are sub 50 HP. So Yay can take all the time in the world.
Now, for Sentinels, this is a must-have. And yeah, the buy on the other side is weaker. Only one rifle, that's with Marved, Guardian, Spectred's odds and ends. It's still a little bit of value. Victor's going to find Sick. Jump spotting out a little bit more. And look at the walk up middle. Look at this walk up middle. Yay is so quick to this.
No way.
And he's seen one. I think Ten's just saw him too. Ten's so quick to note it, but Yay may not be able to get away. Shazam gets him. But an instantaneous response elsewhere. This is very interesting. Look how little territory they've actually gained. And clearing FNS would be so weird at this time. But it looks like an A piece is building. Who's on the other side? Crashies, the clutch man himself. But he's just kind of letting away from A little.
We'll give it up.
Oh, they're walking down mid. They're still being proactive.
Yeah, this is crazy. And it's actually two members now potentially in a position to upgrade their weapons on the back of this execute onto a site. Now Crashies can just play time. He doesn't even need to peek this at all. Shazam though, wise to it.
You're so smart. Even just to consider that timing so early, but not the second layer. They didn't expect Marv, and now there's problems. Crashies is still lingering in the back line, still looming around. Tens and Zoms. One fighting towards that CT. He's actually pushing a little bit around. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so Zoms is going to tuck himself in. Marv actually has a good fight on this. No, he doesn't! Apparently, Zoms is way sharper! You need a moment like that. Give Sentinels a little boost, as that was just the bonus.
Was just the bonus. to survive as well. Envy going to come back into this one, arguably equipped way better than the previous, and look how close that ran. Actually, no, there was the reinvestment. I didn't even spot that coming through in the previous, so they will actually ride this through. Again, with Ye sat on 3250, I think I'm just going to make the long play, at least for the operator here. So interesting to see that, actually. It's going to be a Spectre on the side of Dapper. And nothing really, again, only objective looking for here is to make it interesting in the next round for Sentinels. And force these repurchases.
Have you seen Ye on this weapon, though? It's like, TenZ is quite good, too.
Well, Marv seems to be all right as well, because he's found Zoms.
He's already got one. So let's just hold up a minute, because also, FNS has just ratted his way down long. That's a problem. There is Marv on the corner. There's a tag on Shaz. Nothing more. Bullying their way forward, using those superior weapons. A quick fight, trying to maybe get it before the ping. Sentinel falling for it now. They look pissed off. They look like they are absolutely on a mission for blood. And Victor and Crashies.
Spike planted.
They're not feeling so hot about that.
Ooh, that's
awkward.
Not looking very hot either.
No, Flash comes in. Oh, what is going
this?
on? There's no way. There is no way anything else goes wrong. Surely not. What is going on? These boys are absolutely cracked right now. TenZ secures it, sure. Again, 2 rifles maintained, and that got deadly out of nowhere.
And actually, TenZ not even onto the Bladestorm. Yes, 1 away, so opportunity to play for an early orb. Shazam did get that Hunter's Fury online as well. And 6 got the run it back. But again, look at the progression on the other side here. Victor has the Seekers, and yeah, he actually will get that operator for this next round. Again, a decent buffer built up by Sentinels now, and that's what makes you feel a little more comfortable. Even if they concede a round, Envy go to 12, there's a deficit, but they're not down to scraps.
Yeah. Okay, this is now 6 time to shine normally. This is where he truly comes alive. You can see a lot of utility in his way. Finding it hard to find what he needs. FNS just waits it out. Victor is now noted as well, so they found good information on 2 players. They should be able to read this stack.
Yes, he will. As TenZ is already walking up here. You see the utility invested. TenZ will clear this space. Again, we'll have to see if Envy want to get ahead of the curve here. Prevent the spike from going down comfortably, but so they will give that up initially. FNS though, in the back lines, he will find Shazam. That's the Hunter's Fury. That's the last contingency here.
You are divided.
If Sentinels lose sight. Cosmic Divide will go up, and actually the lockdown in response.
Okay.
This could get really interesting here, Lauren.
Yeah, it could, because it's going to force them into pretty predictable positions. You can see Sick wanting to just leave her around a little longer. And they know what's on the other side of this now. 3 of them going to be held in place. The site is now theirs, but they still have to deal with the players on the other side. Crash is going to be the first man forward. Finds one. Does he expect 2 more? Yeah, he does. That's another found. A third, no. 6 still finds damage, and it's TenZ against 3. There's 1. The second, no way. They're going to set the defuse right now. He can't find it. He's tapping it away.
Oh my god! The clock being the one to decide that. And by the skin of their teeth, Sentinels close that round out. It's so awkward there because everybody they're tucks down into that long corner. They're vulnerable from that gravity well afterwards. FNS gets into a spot here. Again, finds the important kill. Actually opts not to come back through a lobby. Crashy finds it. This is so close here.
One enemy remaining.
Get out of my way.
That's absolutely insane. Right down to the wire. Now Envy, again, feeling the strain. 2 Sheriffs, a Marshal, and a Frenzy to throw into this one. Yeah, he does have the Bladestorm online as well. He's popped that off the rip. Again, actually TenZ eats up a tag from Marv, I think. She's down to 49 HP.
Here.
Yeah, he's still working forward. Oh, that's instantly a little bit of a wind out of the sails, but a great approach from Sentinels. Ooh. Trying to hold them back here. Ye still looking for that opportunity. He does find it. 6 been beheaded. Back up we go. Spots out Dapper. The hat a little too big on the brim, but Dapper still just fine. 4v4. Most of the dangers now have been eliminated.
2 of them through though, look at this.
Right, Dapper's notes of 1. Quick flash, it's a good pop flash. Victor! What a bit of impact from him, but they still know he's here. They still know more. How is he able to have this much impact? How is he doing this much? How is he such of a nuisance? There's still a layer behind him. Crashy's still back there, keeping him safe on this. Shaz has to jump up to deal with it, but the shot didn't land. So Shaz does well. 3v2 now. Crashies and Marved.
Crashy's actually going to stay outside window, potentially looking for a weapon upgrade, but Zoms will deny that.
Nice work.
That's just Marved with a Marshal in hand. Again, any further damage would be a bonus at this point, but Sentinels are going to stay and fight for this. You can see Tens just will tuck himself into backside. Will walk out. Actually, doesn't land anything there. After very low HP, Zoms will be the one to find it. 3 will survive. Sentinels now, 4 rounds separate them.
Sentinels, man. They are known as one of the best for a reason. They have resilience. They have that ability to come back in. And Envy now can be put to the test. 4 on the trot here for Sentinels, back to back. There is a good purchase coming out for Envy, though. So they should be just fine. Money getting very low. Obviously, Crashy's getting whatever he can. It's not ideal. Still has the ult to depend on. Marved as well. Progress, though, Sick ain't far off either. Shaz has his. And Ye is walking down long. Instantly has to fall away. Crashy's early ult pop, and Ye's sticking around on this. The angle, it's rough, but he gets actually nothing for it, and they've closed the gap. Ye now knows it. He's going to have to back away from this one, even just ever so slightly. Tens has fought out to get that long control.
And Victor will actually show a flash as well. So that's 3 members of Envy noted here. Which I think will be the signal for Sentinels to pull away from this now. FNS, you can see, he's got himself tucked into that position again in double doors. We saw what that happened in the pistol round. Does it go unchecked here? Dapper on the other side. Sentinels stack up now towards long.
Yeah, Sentinels should have free passage. Free enough passage, should I say, towards C. There's no one actually on site, but they've got to know FNS is around. He has been around. He's been lurking. But now he's got to be cautious because they can now peek him from the other side too if needed. He's got support in there. Shaz pots the ult, but no one's actually that close by. But Dapper now he chooses that time. Just dips under the sight of FNS, but Marved with a quick trade. Retake 4v4.
Actually, Sentinels stacking up on site here. I'll just play Shazam. Actually going to play an off-angle way in the open here, but Victor finds it.
Yeah, great peek on that too, making it so hard to find a clean fight. Victor's
No
found
way.
another!
No
Victor
way.
keeps finding players! Sick just got sent back and Victor tries to close the gap. Sick though tries to play out and it's not going to happen. Envy have made it to 12.
In a round that Sentinels should have had an absolute stranglehold on C site. Envy break through and find everything on the way in. Victor,
God tier.
yeah, just goes huge for Envy.
I want to watch this back. The double face here was lovely. Follow up.
Actually readjusts on the headshot.
Gave it the double dip. Man's got aim for days, and I love that he just instantly closes the gap. He knows the assignment.
That is insane from Victor. He's got his Seekers back on the back of that. See here, and again, look at it, because these rounds haven't been clean.
No.
Look at what Sentinels have to deal with here. And Envy, map point here.
It is only map 1 though, if you're just tuning in. Best of 3, but tournament life is on the line. Semi-finals are waiting. That's what the big ticket's all about here, and it looks like an A-piece and quick progression from Sentinels, but a deep hold from Envy. They don't want to take riskier fights, and Victor has to respect this, has to fall away. The site is theirs.
Nothing really in terms of ultimates to build back in. The shock darts come over. And no damage done though. Sentinels an opportunity to set up comfortably. And look at Zomzo. He's going to try and lurk all the way up mid here. And actually, the recall of utility, this will go unnoted.
It will. Pop flash down.
Oh no.
Oh. Just remember him as that prior round. Remember him as he was. As that was a flawless response. Gaming flawless response coming out from Sentinels. They'll be happy with that. I needed one too, considering the weaponry wasn't good, so they get upgrades across the board, and they're back in the game.
I was talking about actually, yeah, the round where they come in with way under what would be considered a full purchase, but a force nonetheless. That's the one they close out. Of the sound confirmation, it's like, yeah, you've just embarrassed somebody. You've just embarrassed somebody. Let's see now. Envy back down and scraps themselves. A Shorty, a Sheriff, a Marshall. Looking scrappy. See if they can get anything done once again. Sentinel this time, wind in their sails, will progress straight into B site. Actually, exchange the damage right away there. FNS gets tagged up as well.
Yeah, Sig's just going to post up for a second, get himself sitting a little prettier. Not allow any danger to really build off that, and Tens is taking the space. Catching as well as soon as Mark trying to make a play. Sentinels very well positioned. Real diligence being shown, and Ye not given a chance to really shine here. They should be blind, and should be dead as he is.
Another Prime Gaming flawless here for Sentinels, and they bring it within 3. Again, we had this discussion in the previous series with 100 Thieves. Actually, this is the point where it doesn't really matter about that financial buffer built up.
What was the score on the half again? Just caught one.
It's not a curse.
It's not a curse.
No.
I just couldn't remember.
Enemy remaining.
Dapper absolutely confirming that kill onto Crashes as well.
Very important.
Crucial at this stage of the game.
Flies back out. We go again. Sentinels starting to find a little bit more motion in this, starting to get it all together, but they're still facing map point against them. It's OT or it's a loss. Now, alt-wise, Tens does have his. We can see if Sick had his. He doesn't yet. But he's gotten quickly in towards Garage's time. FNS actually missing him, and that's a problem. Sick found Victor on the site, and the follow-up from Tens was perfect. And now Marved is living on an island, and it ain't looking so tropical and carefree. Certainly not a holiday at this point, as they're about to come flooding through from Garage. Dapper takes down the only support that was anywhere nearby. They still check on him, Tens. He ain't falling for it. Sentinels are always so aware.
Spike planted.
Oh, and Ye will have nothing else to do but hold on to this operator. Again, it's going to be awkward in the next round here. And actually, if anything, Sentinels should go hunting.
Yep.
And at least throw 2 in the wind. Happy to give these away if they can remove this operator from Ye. Give them nothing to work around. Yeah, he's going to hear it as well. Soms as well actually pushing elsewhere. So 3 members. I guess technically Hunt is down. Dapper will actually fall off it, so yeah, you're going to slip back behind Sick actually. It's noted now. Okay, well.
Feels good to be Ye. He gets caught. There it is. Op's gone. Now double digits found for Sentinels. They ain't out of it yet. They are still working this one out. They're still pushing forward. And considering at one point in this, none of Sentinels were breaking double digits. They were quiet. They were out of it. Tens has turned up. He's turned it on. We're seeing Sick finding that form. It's very hard to shut these players down. And when we saw Envy able to do it, we had to give it credit. But Ye's also now been a little maimed in this. He hasn't found that room. This is a lovely attempt of keeping hold of that up. But we got a timeout now.
He's not really drifting out too much. We've seen him fight a couple of times for window from the top of B, but particularly on the rounds where he's had that operator online, it's not as if they're Envy are finding, you know, gifted kills in the early round. This one here actually, a little restraint shown. Ye potentially making a play for the Orb here. He's one off the Blade Storm, but and straight away we'll find the open. I don't think it's even going to matter here. We'll get it online at A long, but Sentinel will hit C.
They're going to be on this site. They've got everything they need. They're so early in their utility usage as well. They can have so much left for the post plant if they need any of it, if they want to depend on it, because this retake has so little impact in my mind at this point. Unless something like Ye gets involved. He needed that to be cleaner, couldn't quite find it. And Tens just pushes himself into them.
Oh my word.
3 found. Give him the 4th. Crashies will fall for it. Give him the ace. Tens is going to drag Sentinels kicking and screaming across the line if he has to. And now it comes down to 1 round, or it's OT.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
And who'd have thought this after that first half? Sentinels able to just, again, like I said, just almost break the rhythm of this game altogether. And play way more fast and loose than we're expecting to see them or used to seeing them almost.
Yeah. One more round.
Look at what's available for Sentinels here. The run it back, the neural theft, the blade storm, the cosmic divide.
And Tens is just walking it. He's pushing up so quickly as well. Eats the flash, but he's still fine. They didn't actually commit towards off the back of it. If anything, to buy a second. The divide goes up and the side says they're pushing deeper. Sick wants to try and get as far as he could. Does at least note where Victor is. Tens now falls back towards the site. Maybe fancies a bit of that garage play off the back.
Do you have a lockdown available, though, on the side of FNS?
Dapper. Oh,
Dapper's so deep in the lurk.
Absolutely thriving in the ratty ways. Tens will have to fall away from this. This will give Envy a step towards the site now. But what do they do with it? They still have to just try and take down so many players on long. It's so hard to get past. They can't get this even close towards halfway. Planted relatively in the open, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, look at this utility just being flooded into it. So much in play. There goes the flash. They can't get near the spike still. That is ticking away. Tens can have a little quick of a look. And there finds Crashies. The spray's wild, but it connects. And Sentinels, they are not out of it yet. 12-12, curse or not, Sentinels are taking us to OT.
Switching sides.
Tens, two huge back-to-back rounds for him there. 29 and 13. There was a point where we're discussing nobody breaking double digits, Lauren. It's insane to watch them build back into this here. Absolute madness. It's so difficult. Yes, the lockdown's invested, but they gain nothing on the back of it. The space is worth nothing.
Ooh, little bit of a choke there. A little bit of a... Sorry.
Medical assistance to the stage, or?
Yeah, please. It seems there's something going on. But, I mean, a fired-up Sentinels. We don't see it often. Normally, it's all business, right? They're just going through it. Yeah, they'll have some banter, but, I mean, they just got pushed. Maybe a different look now. Maybe a wake-up call. Wherever it is, the dinner bell's been rung. And they're on the way, and they're hungry. Envy did so well in that first half, but they need to remember that. They need to rekindle some of that.
Definitely need to resort back to where they were feeling so comfortable early on. 3 members of Sentinels behind this here. So much damage done on the way in as well. Yeah, he has to actually burn his dash to get back out of there. There's just no way in for Envy here. They'll have to resort back to mid. And Dapper's utility will give the information away early enough if they do force on through. But Zoms, maybe they want to stop this B push.
Comes in, that's Ye now gone, looking for the next follow-up, crashes on the straight towards Tens. FNS does find Sick, but Zoms is there. You notice him first and he has not been moved. We're down to 2 for Envy. Crashies and Marved trying to find Zoms on site, but Shaz has just slipped so close to the wall as well. So as soon as you try and get that fight on Zoms, that trade's going to be so quick.
So difficult. It's a full-on 50-50 angle here for him as well. Zoms will be noted. Shazam now called upon. He finds the first and second spotted.
What can Marv do with this? A 1v3. Does have the spike. At least one small bonus. There it is. Information. Trickles on through. Dapper's going to be watching this on the cross. Marv knows it. He's got 20 seconds and a dream at this point. Dapper at the back of the platform. Shaz towards CT. And they're just not giving him anything. Dapper's got him. No, Sentinels take the lead in OT. 13-12.
And actually now Sentinels can just ride this through with the momentum they built on the attack. I feel like they are firmly in control of this overtime.
Oh yeah.
Especially now slipping onto the attacking round. Zoms again the first. It came eventually, but the second again, even with a readjustment there, trying to jump onto the box. See what can Envy do here. Yeah, he actually will throw an operator in the mix. A glass cannon here, and it will be Sewers. He'll try and peek, but Dapper? Both outside spy cam goes in. I don't think they're going to give him a peek.
Spraying in, seeming all too aware of Sick's positioning at this point, but Sick still holds his ground. Slow creep up middle, still around.
Sentinels send out a couple of feelers. Again, actually, full utility still on the side of Sick, so expect him to be absolutely key in this late round swing for Sentinels. So it looks like B might actually be the goal for them. The Trailblazer will come out. Nothing confirmed on the back of it, and look at this. Sentinels will fall through. Marv will find one on the way in, though.
He spotted 3 at least crossing, maybe 2. Marv finding some excellence here. A needed amount of kills coming in for him, but 10 still stands. So there's still a bit of hope in this.
Marv!
Maybe not Marv! This is his round! Yeah, he closes down. We go again.
Sentinels, I gotta say it, try and slow things down in that round, and Envy able to weather the storm, hold on to control as long as possible. And Marv finding some massive kills here, much needed for Envy. Getting the final onto 10s, Dapper able to trade it out, but it means nothing. Ice in the veins.
You know what it is, bro.
What a moment to do it as well. Getting them with another shot at this. It's just inseparable between these two. Sentinel just went on such a tear, but quickly onto back 10s. Tries to have a little bit of a look down. Does get spotted and forced away. This was a common thing we saw. Sick gets punished. Yay. Not going to allow him to make those sort of peaks, and Ye's going to take that space straight away. B is now there. Spike's en route, but the players are close enough by.
Relatively unopposed here, and actually, yeah, it will actually spot one. I don't think Dapper was noted though, but FNS still in that position. The alarm bot on double doors, protecting that flank if it comes through.
Nice exchange of utility to try and buy the time. Ye still got the back as well. Good trade for Dapper, but there's the play back in. It's Dapper to crack it open. Shaz! Where's that follow-up just come from? And now look what's left. Marv and Crashes, you're going to clutch us out again. That's the first denial. Zoms has to respect it. The second layer, Marv got the frag. And now look at the HP. Zoms is low, Dapper is low. And they can't get on the spike just yet. They've got to sit this one. Zoms, oh, the spike!
No way, Crashes!
Crashes!
10 HP. He closes it out, Lauren. Oh my word. Envy strike back. What was that?
One dead.
Dapper goes huge for them as well.
Player standing.
Watch this.
One enemy remaining.
Oh. This guy's been so clutch for this entire event. Truly. He has saved them in so many occasions. Well, the earlier series, and done by the light-hearted, you've got to dig so deep to try and break these boys. But Envy have now got themselves back in the lead after a drought came through. Got pushed to OT, but still ain't over yet. 14-13 Hypoc. We're right back into this.
The Sentinels initially stack up outside lobby again. Pretty standard default here for them. Outside of Envy, actually. With Victor and Crashies. Yay elsewhere, back towards Garage, or previously was commissioned on B site. Sick will follow up on the Owl drone. Nothing noted yet. Crashies actually will only spot one on the other side of it as well. So actually Sick will still aggress and find Victor. Now he will note Crashies as well on the back of it, but look at that. The shock dart, he prevents the heal. He finds the spike as well.
How is he coming online in these moments? He's finding so much brilliance for his side, and FNS has still got his side. He's still got his corner. And now the push-up comes in. Tens checks it, still dies. Crashy single-handedly this round. Might be doing it for him, and he has! Envy refusing to...
Should make this a very interesting matchup here for map 2.
It does put us into a little bit of the realm of the unknown, doesn't it? A little bit of that. Well, I wonder if they've been able to adjust a little here. Bring something out, because this should be a Sentinels map, really. By quite a decent margin, I would say, but... I mean, so was map 1 to an extent. But here we go. Into this one, Sentinels on the attacking side. Envy on the defensive side. And already Sentinels straight up the gut, straight up middle.
As well, no wall invested on the side of Crashes as well, so saving that for potentially a retake or on the back of contact if they're confident where Sentinels want to end up. Yay will actually swing back onto mid, and they will invest around Yay actually. The light armor and the ghost available on his side, so you can look for him to try and find some value here to make that work. Sentinels will put some pressure on here. Actually, Tens will hard clear underneath, but still falls.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising, but excellent trades for Sentinels. Sick and Zoms in combination, finding 2 should give them this site kind of under control. Oh, it's not pretty. It ain't nice. And, well, Ye's found a little bit of a cleaner success story here. That's a follow-up and a half. Crashies, we saw him on the last map, but unable to kindle the complete picture of Prior. Oh, yeah, he's still
no
alive. He knows where you're at as well, Zoms. That frenzy. How much can it do? Yay, just going to pause for a second.
He's got a lot of time.
Walks back around. Zoms is posted on this one. He's checking. Close!
No way, Yay!
Yay! What a way to start it for Envy.
They invest around him in the pistol round and it pays dividends. Look at that, closing things out to Zoms. Again, both players for Sentinels very low HP, but the importance of the dash there. He finds that first kill, he's able to dip away. Beautiful stuff from Yay. And again, the comfort pick coming back onto this. How clean does he look on this? And round one comes out, sets the tone.
Yeah, good to see Crashy's right back up where he left us as well. But yeah, this is the kind of play around again, clearing everything with so much intent. There isn't a second of doubt in his mind. He's clearing every angle as if he is right on that. I love to see it. Red Bull clutch there just to start this one off sweetly. And a 1-0 Sentinels. Right back in that maybe mindset of, okay, there ain't no rest for the wicked here. We got to really grind this game out. These boys are bringing the A game. We have to as well. Prior map went OT and then some. There's maybe no stranger to that look as well. Marv's going to get the first somewhat for free. Backs away, leaves it to Yay over towards Ramp.
Dapper tagged up as well, but look at that. He's going to swing through. Tries to capitalize on the reload, but can't find it. Sick will trade it. Can they retrieve that weapon though? The Crashes will actually throw a snake fire through, but yeah, Sick. We'll dip in, grab that Spectre, so still a possibility to do further damage here. Good progress again for Yay now, one away from that Blade Storm for that next round. Sentinels will stall, but again, giving away these sound cues.
Yeah, very aware. As you can see how they're sitting on this Crash. He's a little safer tucked around. He can kind of, you know, lean whichever direction needs it most in support if Victor gets the contact. Or if it's more Marved. Shazam, sick. He's about to make this. There's a pop flash. Takes the corner. Victor will fall away with his Crashies. In lovely combination. Swings out, and Victor will find the final one. Really nice little mini setup there. Nothing too complex about it, but not allowing Sentinels to springboard into it.
Absolutely not. And 4 SMGs maintained here to make round 3 the best possible chance for them to build up this buffer nice and early. Again, Yay, decent progress towards that Blade Storm. One away. Whether or not we'll see him make a play for this orb on either side. Actually, he's up towards Ramp right now. He'll be a Marshal instead. Actually, 3 members of Sentinels outside A initially, and actually the spike and a Sick. Now, whether or not they commit early on, it's not tucked away and spawn. They're not really fighting for this close control either. Marv will slip through. Sentinels just posted outside, and again, in anticipation of Envy trying to convert these weapons.
Yeah, good read from Sentinels, and just as that was dismantled, Marv moved away as well, so moving around each other relatively well at this point. But again, you want to see arm's length being kept here. Sentinels want to ensure they don't get overwhelmed, but again, plenty of audio cues on this. Crash is now noting pressure from both sides. He's in a bit of danger here now. Heaven control is firmly in favor to Sentinels. There's Crashies. Just feeling a little bit of the heat coming through. Dapper wanted to get involved in that, but he can't quite do it. And now it looks like Sentinel's going to go for that lead back towards A, and Sick's done well. Lovely pick up towards Yay, but Marv's still lingering around, but there's Dapper keeping control. Marv is just the nuisance from the site. Fighting this much impact already. Spots out Shazam, and now looking for more, not going to find it. Saw FNS trying to maybe capitalize on that timing too. Well controlled. Yeah. A second of pause for thought, almost like the Sentinels just to hold and pick up these kills.
At that point, really, it's
Spike planted.
Just Sentinels working through, and there you go, the last one we found. Dapper aware of the flank. Victor will fall, and Sentinels will get themselves on the board and remove any possibility for that cushion to build up. Again, now though, Yay on the Blade Storm, whether or not we see him fully invest here onto the operator nice and early. It will be just that. No armor. Yeah, nothing else really too surprising here. Sick with the Seekers, and Dapper actually getting the Viper's Pit online nice and early. So again, whether or not we see another very slow, methodical default come through, and again, throw that in the post plant to make absolutely sure they can maintain control. And Yay actually drifting though. Sentinel set up to try and take mid control here at least. Crashies have to burn a snake bite on the way in, and actually wall very interesting. You can see it's actually cutting right down towards Sushi, but nobody from ropes really to stare alongside that.
Look how much space it feels like Sentinels have, but there's so many players just...
It's given to them.
Yeah, sitting just a little bit deeper. Even Crashy's holding a deeper angle as well, not actually fighting the push-up either. And yeah, he's still trying to investigate maybe towards that A side, and you can see he's being sold on it, but it is still that piece coming up towards Heaven. All the players over here as well. Crashies is going to have to do some big work on this one. Pop flash through, he's blind, has to fall away to the deeper side of rafters, but he's still alive, and he's still doing damage, finds tens, but he's the only one standing. Sick! What a way to enter this one up. Yes, there's still a presence, yes, there's still a danger, but they've done enough. The site's theirs, and you said it. There's the pop of the ult, they came on nice and early with that. And now Ye gonna lean around through CT, clearing this one out quite slowly, quite cautiously. Doesn't know if they've pushed up just yet. He has no idea where they're gonna be in that Viper's pit.
We've got at least one fact finder to send into it.
Pulling them in.
With a man disadvantage here. Envy considering actually, Xavier looks like Ye at least considering it.
Save. It's gotta be.
Again, at this point, very difficult to just throw bodies into that Viper's pit. You see, actually, Victor will post outside Sushi as well. Whether or not he's given anything on the way out. Very good the first, but Zom's good for the trade. At least a consolation. Ye will hold on to the operator. Marv will keep it. Again, forcing the armor repurchase at least. Again, a beautiful round. Sentinel on the back of Sick as well.
Yeah. Because Crashies was starting to become a bit of a problem after finding that pick towards tens, you know, keeping himself just tucked away, even with that pop flash coming through. 2-2 now. You see those leftover weapons really supplementing the purchase coming out from Envy, otherwise it would have been just those, you know, specters and odds and ends, really.
Yeah. And that's interesting. I mean, I can understand trying to build around what's already available, but
Okay.
That's a big swaying factor here to invest this here. They can make absolutely sure that
Shazam's still pushing it.
Okay. Yeah, he's walking.
He's living in this right now.
What the hell?
Crashy's just got absolutely dominated by Shazam there. Lovely ult, mate. Yeah, I'll just walk up on you. You didn't expect it? No worries. Absolutely done. 5v4, Victor, FNS, Ye, and Marv. Probably a little baffled by what just occurred.
I am. Crashes he wasn't even watching towards that hop up onto the box. Ye now will be called upon. Shazam, his opposite number. Just playing to cut off this rotation here. That's where Sentinels will try and force their way in, but it's a 1-for-1. Actually, sorry, that's Shazam finding Ye in mid. He actually pushed through on that.
Yeah, but Marv's still around on this, so they haven't had full success, but you can see them peeling away. Marv now knows there's probably more coming this way, because that's not Shazam, that's Dapper, that's a different player. Shazam's still here. No, Marv! Where are you finding that brilliance? 3 kills this round makes it even close to viable. Victor is in the weirdest timed position. And FNS may be thinking, hold on, do I need to be careful in case they don't go through? They don't expect it, but may misread it to an extent. It could be the other player, but actually, Victor wins against Zoms in that. And now 6 noted position. Has to try and fight for this one, but he's going to try and maybe hit towards A. Hope that FNS was already on the way, but the Seekers, just one of them. One lonely little Seeker en route towards that A site. And the plant, he's got 10 seconds. It's going down.
And actually, he will get his Seekers online with this as well. So,
oh, the timing!
Look at that, FNS tried to swing on him, 19 HP left.
But at least has the resolve to sit back for a second. Doesn't want to overpeak this, even though he was low. Pop flash, no one there. Sick now has 1 flash and the Seekers still to play with. Another flash, no one there. They're going to play this as a duo, and they swing it together. Envy right back into things now.
So well played. FNS actually closes the distance. I was looking at the minimap. I thought there's no way they can stop this plant from happening, but FNS just catches him at the end of it. That's a big upgrade again on the back of that investment around just Ye's operator. Marved on that Phantom, I think, initially.
That weird ult as well.
Yeah.
Like, that whole round from start to finish felt like so many different rounds sewn together almost.
This man
Marv,
right here.
Game-changing. Game-changing in this position.
Down 3 on that round, and again, 6 so low that... That's probably something along the lines of...
what a nice peek. That was really nice. Well done. I think was...
Nice shooting with the Spectre there, friend. Good shots.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
Do you read lips?
Occasionally.
I can tell.
It's got better since I've been at Berlin, to be honest.
It's true.
This is a nice gear.
Ops out. Shazam's got his. Sick will be down to that Spectre. Victor looking for an early bit of info. Finds a little on the other side.
Here.
Actually, lots of tools available for Sentinels as well. Cosmic Divide, Blade Storm. The Seekers, as I said, Sick got that online in the previous round. We'll try and pave the way for Dapper to move up here, or at least try and find something. Now Shazam will drift towards A. Actually, a little bit of progress on the side of Sentinels here. This wall should cut across and allow them safe passage forwards. Maybe just pause here, allow that toxin to rebuild. Envy will position behind it though, and in a position to flash into this actually if they
I've got
have the inclination here. Seekers popped actually very preemptively. Look at that, the wall drops.
Yeah, Victor caught with the flash in the hand. I'm surprised Crashes was alive so long, but Marv, he's on the gates, and he's got the spray. That's 2 incredible kills. Dapper and Tens just feeling like chopped liver at this point, and now 3v3. Spike is down, so we're in the post plant. You know, Shazam on that up, still looking towards Heaven, but there's so many towards CT. They're already going to start clearing through. Yay, leading the pack, happy to do it. One on the side, it's going to be sick. That Spectre not feeling so brilliant at this moment. Spotted down. Oh! But he is found! How is that sprayed away? And Zoms, this position unnoted. Now they know that the spray is good for 1. He needs 2 more, and he's desperate for it, but the plant's not for him. Ye's HP is 1. He's down so low, but Marv's got your back. And Envy make it up to 4 rounds now.
That's so strange to watch. Again, one player stuck, isolated on site. And Envy, again, they stack up. They just play numbers on the way back in. But the contingency there, I'm not entirely sure is why there isn't an extra body at least playing Hell or somewhere to stop this from happening.
Damn, Marv, what a round from him.
Another insane. Those 2 kills on Rafters, absolutely pivotal for Envy.
Changed it completely.
Completely.
Because those first 2 pickups were so quick. They had the perfect springboard off it. They caught, who was it with a flash in their hand? I mean, Victor just caught literally flash in hand, nothing more to be done. He was instantly swept up. And off the back of that, the quick pickup as well with the Seekers, and then it all spiraled. However, speaking of spiral, the money has filtered away from Sentinels, but they do at least have the blades coming out for Shazam. Finesse waiting on the other side. Yay, tucked towards the site. There's a bit of a heavier lean towards A. I mean, to an extent, Victor was leaning that way. He's going to peel himself back towards Heaven. And you're right. Camera sees it all.
You want to
Flash,
find it?
and the divide goes up too.
Camera taken.
A little bit of a bait. At least, but
But
important to
Ye
note,
can
Ye's on the
see
right
it.
side of it. He knows everything.
Ye's just fine, yeah. He's feeling unpressured, unworried, unfazed.
down,
And Victor's
B.
caught sick. Victor on the side! These adjustments between everyone is just sublime. As now the shutout has happened, none of the impact that Sentinels want to have made any headway at all. Ye was able to confirm, yeah, nothing coming main, boys. I can just dip back and forth. Sweet, I get a free wall to play around.
They can full commit to holding Heaven there. The Sentinels are given nothing on the way in.
Spike
Victor
down,
looking a little snappy with it here. Look at that readjustment to find Zoms as well. The Prime Gaming Flawless coming out, and Envy building up a little bit of steam here. See what the response from Sentinels is. Again, they will spread very thin in the buy phase at least, but 10's one away from the showstopper. Everything else invested in these previous rounds, and I gotta say it, not really finding anything on the way in.
No, Ye now, different look. Gonna be taking himself towards middle for a little longer. He's been playing a little bit more posted up on the sites. Are you fancying this one? Would be Tens, who's actually just blind. It's actually, excuse me, Shazam, just completely blind on that one. Couldn't make much of it. Crashy's now going to reinstigate this, kind of retake that space a little bit more, put himself up towards mailroom. And Sick obviously wants in, as does Dapper, but how do you get through this now?
Yeah, so the Snakebite going to slow things down a little bit. 10's unable to push any further. FNS and Ye will dig their heels in on site, even if Crashies falls here. Actually, the spam actually good. 10's will eat up a lot of that damage.
And this is one man. He's making so much time being bought, so much impact just with having this. And they knew Ye was up here at some point, but where's he gone to? And maybe they don't need help
Crashies,
because
man.
Crashies wants the limelight. Only gets 2 this time. But now they know where that third player is. They've got to know Tens is up here as well. And Ye gets freedom to look now. Spots out the paint shell. He knows he's coming. 10's on the way. Flies on in. He can't do it. Ye just as snappy. And Envy are on 6. There's cracks in the crown of Sentinels starting to show, and I'm getting worried. TenZ is on 0-8. There is not a time that I'm used to saying that. There's not a world where I expect that. This man's normally towards the top of the scoreboard. At the moment, he's having no freedom at all.
No. That synergy that Sentinels renowned for, again, just spotting that slight miscalculation with the flash there, gives Envy the opener. But again, the setup is just... Nothing is testing the back line of Envy right now from Sentinels. Not even able to get that deep again. TenZ will fall. Yay, finds the first blood once again. Crashies, total control of mid.
Toxin screen down.
In here, just Sheriffs to work with on the side of Sentinels. And actually, remember Dapper getting himself all the way up towards ropes. This is unnoted as of now. And Crashies, does he consider this?
I don't think he does. Dapper's gonna change every day of the week. This one for Dapper. Now just dip out of there. He's got himself a lovely upgrade, a bit more time as well. He knows how much room he's got to operate with. Hasn't been able to clear out Victor or maybe check towards CT, but you take what you're given in those rounds. Flash goes in, doesn't show anything either, so they still are a little unawares of what's on the other side of this. And wait, he's still alive. I'm so amazed that he's still alive on that. Victor's still on the side, though. They're so unawares. They've been caught with their pants down. Victor is just this backline defense that they have no idea was waiting. Shazam is just baffled by this now. He has to try and fight his way out. That's one. He's got to put FNS in a body bag and Victor as well, and Victor's just feeling himself. He's peeled away from the site. FNS on the swing, and Envy starting to look dominant, Hypoc. I'm starting to lose words. We've got 2 rounds for Sentinels. Map 1 is Envy's.
The man who has dropped 230 bombs at this event, Lauren, is currently 0-9. They are completely negating.
How did that kill not
it.
happen, by the way? Because he was in the ult animation.
I don't, he's ducking under it. The duck and spread.
The duck and spread. Not I hope production clips you doing that. Just keep it for me. That's a personal treat. That, you know, maybe a gift or two.
For the blooper reel.
Yeah, truly. But I'm at a loss for words. We're actually seeing Sentinels with 2 rounds. Envy have turned up, and map 1 was a slaughter, a slog. Just 2 heavyweights taking lumps out of each other. But this is Envy looking pretty established. Sentinels keep looking like they found a way in, but then someone steps up. Be it Victor, Crashies, Marved. It doesn't matter. Everyone's had that moment now.
Again, Sentinels feel as if they found a weakness here in the defense. Surprisingly so, because Victor's still on A site, but see once again now they try and force the issue. They're trying to find this rotation. The Seeker's invested here. And Sentinels will have to respect this for the time being. Actually, sick. Solo with the spike right now. He's got to be careful to lose that, but the drop will come through. Shazam falls first. Victor once again finds one. He's able to dip away as well.
You can ask for this. It's dreamy,
No
isn't it?
way.
It's everything you've imagined for Envy.
They're boxed in now.
They are so cornered. They've nowhere to really back away to either. TenZ going to try and do something. That's created a bit of space, and it's so minute, but Sick doubled down on it. Huge pick up there. Gives them a little bit of a step away from the site, so one can slip towards hell. Yay, tries to lean out. TenZ caught him. There he is.
Online.
TenZ finally wakes up in this, and they needed him.
And that's exactly what you get. TenZ will finally deliver in a round here. Sentinels will put their 3rd on the board. Marv currently leading the chart. Actually, that's what I didn't see. I didn't even take note of that. Marv 13 and 5 right now for Envy. Let's see if Sentinels can build on this now. They need another round. Again, look at the stack for Envy. 10k credits across the board here. They've got another 2 purchases comfortably left. Now, even with the victory here, Sentinels need to keep 3 up. Again, a lot more delicate on their side.
Sentinels still sounding composed. You hear it in there. Still just, you know, good comms, keeping themselves in good spirits. But the reality is looming that they are at a deficit here. But it ain't over yet. Remember what the scoreline on the half was in the prior map and how it ended, how close it was. If it takes TenZ activating, exactly, then so be it. Away we go. First contact really truly made towards that B site, and it's not much of a split. There's a late lurk coming in, but it is really eyeing this up. Crashies still here, one back site, one towards Rafters. There's a lot of bodies on this site and Sentinels are finding no success just yet. The cross comes down. It's going to be Zoms. Actually, Shazam going to somehow get back in towards FNS. Zoms chimes in with one towards Crashies. Site is now under question, but Victor still got himself here, but that late lurk, what's happened to it? Not much. Sitting towards that B main. They're now postured for that retake, holding on in the post plan. Yay, blinded, caught off. Great timing from Sick. Marved got one. He doesn't have a follow-up. Zoms just stills the beating heart and gets 3. And Sentinels work a little closer back now.
We do indeed, and that's this closes out 7-5. Nothing short of a miracle considering the way this half has felt. Envy being in total control. Sentinels though.
Let's go.
Again, we'll find hope. Again, 7-5, pistol in around 2. We're tied up again in the second half. We'll have to wait and see here.
Get out of my way!
And Crashies immediately will pop that Viper's Pit, and he's got a judge. Now, if they decide to force on through, Sam actually goes exploring once again. He was the one to completely remove this Viper's Pit last time. Ten's got to be careful. He's fully decayed right now. One stray bullet. The Sentinels now will drift back through sewers. Again, Trailblazer will follow up and it will confirm nobody being inside the Viper's Pit.
Good information garnered from that. And you can see Tens is actually maybe giving it a second look just to see if someone's going to start walking. But it's Ye who's going to be on red alert. Sees a pixel out of place, he's noted them. Now falls off it, tagged up himself, down to 50, has to respect this. Flash comes back in, there's no quick pressure off the back. Shazam wanted to close the gap, but they're re-exploring, but Crashies is here, he's got a judge. He's waiting, sees just the figure through the smoke. Somehow Tens is quicker. Marved, how is he among them? But they've gotten away with it. They're so quick on the trigger, but Ye now leans over, just gonna pluck Zoms out and then fade away into the smoke. A 3v3, Spike's on the way, it's gonna be planted right now. They have to clear back through.
Spike planted.
Now post-plant time we go.
The important kill to find is that one right there. Ye will catch a pixel.
Oh, Seekers too.
As that poison orb drops again.
Ye's
He's got to find it quickly. It's not going to get it. Shazam will get the better of him.
And Victor's flank just instantly revealed. Now loses a lot of the validity that he was maybe hoping for. Shazam, well and truly aware of it, can sit on that angle to watch the cross, but he's a little cautious that maybe there's one coming heaven. But for now, it's just that one Sky going to be quickly getting into this. Sick down to 1 HP there. And Victor now just going to lean in. It is just down to FNS and a 1v2. Make it a 1v1, but time. Hypok, he ain't got much of it. And honestly, in these scenarios, you know Shazam is going to play that time limit perfectly. He is. There's recovery here for Sentinels. It ain't over yet. It was looking so one-sided for such a long time.
Absolutely. And right there, again, the contingency fully considered. Shazam playing towards ramps, maintaining control there. Again, never in question for them.
No, we are now just waiting for that second half. It's 7-5, not quite the cursed scoreline, but this one is so darn close. And the people I want to hear from, and maybe how this has changed their expectation, considering Split coming in, these maybe little agent switch-ups, is the desk. Thoughts, folks? Yeah, I want right back in. Get us back in the game. Let's get it going. There's no holding back. We're 5-7. But those last 3 gave a little bit of a resurgence of hope, I feel, to Sentinels themselves and obviously everyone else watching.
Like I said, this really feels like unjust, really, considering how dominant Envy looked, at least in the first 6 or 7 rounds of that half. So Sentinels almost given a lifeline here again. The pistol round, round 2, we're all tied up once again. Envy have to find something here. Is actually Crashies will invest his wall over again, pretty much exactly the same as what Dapper was doing every single round on Sentinel's default. 3 players right now committed towards A, but let's say that Shazam just about starting to drift back into ropes. Envy potentially will be there to greet him or even challenge him.
Very similar scenes here. Shazam going to be forced away though, as event control is now in the hands of Envy. So the protocol is beginning, but a correct lean so far, at least from Sentinels. Players in the correct place. Envy, though, are going for a bit of a crunch. Look at Marved and Crashies just in the distance over there, building through this. And as you noted on the other side, they're starting to explore things to maybe confirm their suspicions that there's players coming their way. Tens is on 20 HP. He's just been overrun by Ye. El Diablo is here. in person, in the flesh and blood. Yay, ripping life away from Shazam, and now there's one by Pillar, and you see he wanted it. Yay was so ready for that, but Zom's in that frenzy, man. He's still wild with it. Gets two, fades away. Wanted the third, gets denied it. Victor's right there, and FNS has been watching this the entire time. Hears it, can't do much about it. Dapper wins that fight. But Crashies, similar again, instantly gets so close to this. Notes both players now know they're held up, and has to get ready for them to drop on in. They're actually already facing. Trying to maybe force them away from a couple of angles here, but Crashies way ahead of it. Eats the flash though, so does Victor. Now there's problems. One left, one right. What can Victor do in this? They're bounding around. Oh, Victor!
Are you kidding me? He finds the Red Bull clutch on the pistol round, Lauren. That was absolutely insane. Both players so low. Back-to-back right clicks. What was that? I thought there was no way Sentinels were going to give that one away.
One enemy remaining.
That is disgusting.
Look at him fired up. Watch his face off this. That's one, that's two. And you just know that's fired them right back up here. That Red Bull clutch is a way to kick off into this half. 5-8 now. And you're right, Sentinels had that in the palm of their hands. That was it. That was the one right back in the game. Close the gap, they're on the door. They've turned strange around. They've done damage in those lesser weaponry rounds. And this, though, is clean. Very clean from Envy.
Healing over here.
Yeah, actually be able to heal Yay right back up. Victor will have to continue as 24. Dapper just comes swinging through. Sentinels want to get the formality out of the way of this round. Get themselves back on some rifles at least here. Whether or not Zoms can do any further damage. Again, look for FNS and Victor if he can find them. We'll find FNS. Same position, but no two-piece for him there. 4 will survive, and Envy now have a 4-round lead. And a very comfortable opportunity at the bonus round here.
And at this point, I just feel they're a map up. They've got a good start to the second half. Destiny's starting to call, you know. This is, do they heed the call? Can they actually close against Sentinels? This is a huge opportunity. There will be that way back in for Sentinels once the economy comes around. You get those 4 buys. Like we're seeing here, they have to do something about this. They can't, you know, let it go to the wayside. But the pressure starts to mount and mount and mount, and fewer mistakes can be had.
Blinded.
Deep Flash goes in, and Sick gets things started.
We'll confirm presence at least. We're going to try and slow things down here. See if actually Sentinels try and send anything forwards. Other than utility at the minute, but nothing confirmed actually on the side of Sentinels towards A at least, and Crashy's got himself tucked away. All the way in spawn behind that wall. Now Zoms, he'll be playing screen. Shazam now will pick up the slack in ropes, but whether or not we see the other 3 members of Sentinels now who look like they're about to walk mid will drift out.
Timing's a little uncomfortable. Victor's cleared a lot of sight off the back of that, but the swing's caught by Sick. That's perfect timing just to recheck that moment, just to make sure no one's getting away with much. But while this happened, obviously Envy leading away. Now Shazam didn't get as clean as he wanted on that connection. Good bit of damage, but it's not the kill. And actually, Yay! What? Yay! The spin up towards rafters drags Shazam down into the body bag. And now look at them trying to play back into this quickly. Those rifles are feeling a little looser in the grip with the palms. Just sweaty now as Envy is just shutting this down. It's double digits for Envy.
The Seeker's invested all the way from spawn, and Victor throws a huge flash there that comes all the way over and flashes just as Sentinels drop out from heaven. That is absolute madness on the side of Envy. Yay, the tip of the spear for him. He finds his first. Shazam desperate to find that trade.
And any other player, any other time of the week, that would have probably worked for Shazam, just trying to work off the back of that pick towards screens, but no, Yay instantly, just head on a swivel.
He is dialed in this map, and again, a little bit of a reinvestment actually. Sick with a Spectre, Zoms with a Spectre as well, Sheriffs across the board. Sentinels need to stop Envy now. They need to do damage, they need to win this round, if anything. Make sure that this repurchase comes through, but again, yeah, he's going to find an opening. Sick will fall, Shazam will re-challenge. Gonna burn his dash to get out of there. And the flash perfect, but can't close this one down just yet. Victor, actually, we'll find.
Very nice.
the kill, but Shazam responds. Again, look where Crashes has got to. And he's heard the rotation as well. He knows this is wide open.
He can get so deep towards CT as well if he wanted to, if he really wanted to make sure. And look, the spike's on the way. This might be history in the making, folks. If you aren't already watching, if all your friends aren't watching yet, now's the time to give them the call, because this is looking like 11 could be here, unless TenZ, Shazam, or Dapper wants to deny this story from beginning. Marved has found TenZ, Shazam, and Dapper now. They need something. That's going to be 11 now looming. As one more stands, it's only Dapper. 4 to do it. It ain't happening. It's 11. Envy are striding through this game, and I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
This just looks so comfortable right now. And again, not even considering the possibility of the anti-eco not going in their favor. They charge up ramp there. Again, on the back of that, Crash is just walking. Freedom, absolute freedom on the other side of the map. It comes down to this. Sentinels now, 750 credits left over after this purchase. It's 4 in a row for Envy in the second half. Seeker's available on the side of Envy. Actually, yeah, he has that operator online now and the Blade Storm.
Get out of my way.
Victor starts the process. Does manage to check from the player towards the back of site. Crashies. He's already leaned pretty far into this one. Six found him. Six still trying to find so many of these key pivotal frags here and there, but it's that final hit. It's that lean back towards A that's been the problem. Ye's right there. He's closed in.
He's chasing him
and
down.
And he wants Zoms. He wants him dead. He doesn't get it. Zoms denies. Lives to fight another day. Drags down 3.
Down A.
He will not relent right now. As Victor thought he got some timing to it, but no, I think it's Shazam who's going to get him on the back of the heels. No, TenZ will catch him. And Sentinels spring back into it off of just Zoms.
Again, this one here, really around the Envy, can throw into the wind, but Sentinels, they carry weapons across, and that's important here because there's 5 more rounds to make up.
If any team can do it, though, come on. We've seen Sentinels do this time and time again.
We've seen them do it in this series.
We've seen it in map 1. You open that door, you just crap, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile, just a little gap in a window. They'll find their way back in. Seems very similar to the scenes we saw in that prior round. We go again. This time, though, the spike. Not drifting towards A early on.
Shazam as well will show his hand initially, but Ye in position. On the back of FNS's utility, almost baiting that peek out. And Marv will take a little damage. Neural Theft invested now. That will post that Zoms is solo on site once again. And the TenZ has already drifted into ropes. You're right, the temptation there. But look at it.
They're
Envy have pulled a rotation here. B's wide open.
This is such a good play, whether it be a Galaxy Brain read, thinking they're going to try and support that solo player. And look at the position towards Heaven. This actually is looking incredible now off the back of the punish from Dapper. Finds 2. Ye and FNS now lost. It may sell them more on this, but Sick knows what's up now. He's going to dip right in. He's not sitting back for a second, tries to catch him on the backside of that plant, but he can't do it. Marved takes so much damage on the way through as well. Down to 10 HP. Crashies and Victor looking like the walk-in wounded. TenZ gets to keep his life and takes Victor's as a reply. 1 HP for Crashies, nothing for Marved. Crashies, you're going to go absolutely nuts on this? Let's see what you got for us. That's 1. He needs 3 more. And on the other side, the divide. Oh, the timing. Wait, what?
No,
wait, what? They just slipped past each other and now dips back in. There's a player on the spike. Oh my god, he got another, but he doesn't quite get enough. It's still going for Sentinels. It ain't done yet. They make 7 now on the board.
They live to fight another round. Envy will be held on 11, and Dapper here in position to at least confirm what they believe TenZ.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, that one looked weird from the other side of it, but oh my word.
This is a roller coaster of a game. 2 now back to back, but look at the lengths they have to go to. And you're right. Look at this. Oh dear.
That's 2 full wipes here.
Yep.
They can still afford this full purchase, but it's only 2,600 left. But the loss bonus comes in the next round.
They built up bank. They built up bank, but Sentinels still fighting. There is still so much life in them yet. Ult towards middle. Last time we saw that on the other side, Shazam just walked through it. Just went for a wonder. Got the kill.
Any volunteers?
No.
On the side of Envy.
No one fancies it. Absolutely no one is going, yeah, I'll walk it. Off I go.
Envy once again looking to, I guess, pressure a site that is wide open. I think right here, Sentinels considering, well, how many times do they burst B? The answer being one more at least. Sick will actually be called upon here. The flash is good. It will confirm they're already in though. Sick.
Good trade
by Crashies. And actually another comes back. Victor and Dapper will find kills as well.
Yeah, still the 3v3, but we know what the money's like here. Envy wanting to keep hold of everything they can in this. Now the smoke reveals. It reveals so much. Yay connects well towards Tens, but he knows there's another up towards Heaven. And now a 2v3, Zoms and Shazam. They're all on the site here. They take the fight. Ye's found Shazam! And now just Zoms in a 1v3. This is North American Regicide right now. Envy might just be about to kill the king.
The dynasty in question right now. Envy, Reach, map, and series point versus Sentinels. They still have a huge deficit to build up. And Ye, I mean, I said it before, dialed in. He keeps landing. He keeps coming up huge for Envy. Everything riding on this now. Sentinels have to find a response. They have to hold Envy on 12 rounds.
By light armor on Tens, a Spectre on Shazam.
Blinded.
Two key components though, the Blade Storm and the Showstopper. You can see Shazam here trying to find something on A ramp. Nothing yet. Envy again leaning towards B.
Yeah, happy to lead the charge with FNS. Tens a little deeper in towards middle. And they've just walked in towards B. They've walked ahead. Dapper now knows he's in so much danger. He's calling for support. They found him. Dapper's down. Ye's in the sight. A quick playback here, but Six just dead. And now, what is left? Shazam, Tens, and Zoms. Nothing comes from the ult. They are in tatters. They're in shambles. Shazam still connects on one towards Crashies. A 3v4. Yay, deep towards CT has to fall back into this. Secure that spike. Make sure there's no play coming back in through Heaven. Now they try and bide the time. The flash comes in. It doesn't quite find what they wanted. Yay, still trying to dip between CT and watching that drop down. Shazam is there. Tens, they're all looking for it. No opportunities being found. It's traded out again. Yay's there. It's all on Shazam, and it's over. It's done with. They say when you come for the king,